Today I want to talk about focus and why focus is so important during labor. Um, there are many ways to be distracted during labor, right? There's obviously the pain. We'll just talk about that, get that out of the way. And, different women have different pain thresholds, but I don't think there's anybody who's going to tell you that childbirth wasn't painful at all. So that can be a distraction. That can make a woman lose her focus. And it's just really vital for the mother to be able to get into her own headspace and also just have some literal physical space to be able to focus and get through each contraction, be able to visualize what's actually happening with her body and her baby, and to remember what the end result is going to be. That after the long hours, the hard work and the pain and distraction and whatever else, there's going to be a baby in her arms, and that's a really awesome reward. So there are several ways that you can practice focus. It's not really something that you can necessarily prepare for prior to the birthing day. There are some women who like to bring images with them, a picture of their favorite place or an inspirational quote or something, and they choose to focus on those through contractions and through the hard parts of labor. And so if you are one of those women who has those things, by all means go ahead and get those pictures or those images printed off and start focusing on those and speaking positive thoughts over yourself prior to when the birthing day comes. But as far as actually practicing focusing through a contraction, obviously that doesn't happen until you're having the contractions. So, image visualization is one thing. Some women like to just play a certain song or a few songs on a playlist on repeat, and that helps her kind of get into her good mental space to be able to focus on the hard work that needs to be done. Sometimes it's nothing that you necessarily prepare beforehand, but you end up just like staring at this spot on the tile of the hospital floor, or some women find it comforting to watch the second hand on a clock move. For every woman it's different, but it is important for each woman to find that space. And there is a point, a part of transition in the labor where a woman just does go into what many people call labor land, and there isn't anything that's going to distract her from what's going on. So she does just start to focus and fixate on things, whether she's necessarily been educated about doing that beforehand or not. It's just kind of a natural progression of the labor process that all women find themselves in. For the support people that are with a laboring mother, whether that be a doula, the mom, a husband, a wife, whoever that partner or support person would be, it's important for him or her to also be able to engage with the mother and get into that time of focus, that time of just deep concentration, to be able to support her in whatever her focus measure is, and then also just to kind of match that where the mother is. So again, if getting through a contraction means she finds a particular physical spot that feels good to her, say she's on all hands and knees and she focuses on this little blemish in the floor of the hospital room, then you get there with her and you don't necessarily have to be on all fours with her, but you can also just kind of try and visualize with her and encourage her. If she wants to be touched, she'll tell you how she wants to be touched in those moments, and just try and match the mood, match the tone that she has. If she's kind of using a shrieking tone and sort of seeming like she's having a hard time controlling herself through the contractions, it would be wise to try and talk her down a little bit with calm, steady, soothing voice, encouraging words, reminding her she can do it, she's got a hold of it, this baby is coming, they're working together, her body's doing what it was made to do, things like that. And then, as that contraction ends, she will maybe be able to get back to engaging in conversation, or she might want to take a rest in between contractions, and then you would just follow suit as her support person. If there are multiple support people in the room, family members or friends, you as her go-to partner or support whoever you are, doula or spouse, whatever the situation might be, you are the go-to, and you need to control the mood of the room, instructing other people that might be present to be sensitive to where the laboring mother is at. So that could be hospital staff coming in and out, friends or family that are chosen to be there at the time of the labor and birth. You want to just be conscious of, excuse me, sorry. Sorry. You want to just be conscious of where mother is, and she may not have the words to use or the energy to tell you how to instruct the people in the room, but you need to kind of be intuitive towards that and pick up on the maybe nonverbal communication that she's offering to you. So focusing is going to help a laboring mother, like I said before, be mindful of why the contractions are happening. Remember, what is happening within her body and how the baby has to turn, has to move down, has to engage, has to be pushed through the vagina. Like, she has to maybe be reminded of those things, and having a focal point, having an image, or remembering a vacation that you took together that was a really sweet and peaceful time, talking about that, and that can become a focus point for both her and you. So again, focus is really important during labor, and whether you take the time to choose your focus object or whatever that might be prior to the birthing day or not, a laboring woman finds herself focusing anyway. So as her support person, just try and follow her mood and get the people in the room or the people coming in and out of the room to follow her mood as well.